Hello everyone. Before we get into the video, I have an important announcement. Next week, March 19th, is my birthday. To celebrate, I'll be doing a 12-hour Final Fantasy VI marathon. From noon to midnight, I'll be streaming one of my favorite games live on YouTube. So if you want to catch me live, hang out, chat, and enjoy, March 19th is the time to do it. I have some surprises in the work, so I'm really looking forward to it. Now, on to the video. Hello again, and if you're new here, welcome. Alright, we are back with another episode of Outer Wilds. Been a hot minute since I played this, been a hot minute since I touched the channel. A lot of life stuff going on. Weirdly enough, both with this and Final Fantasy VI, which I will be returning to, I say it every time, I will be returning to very soon. It's both games that kind of just lets you sit with your thoughts for a bit, and I've been, don't really know, probably not going to get too much into oversharing, kind of not been doing great, both physically and mentally health-wise, had some problems come up. I'm doing much better now, but we are back, and hopefully we'll be able to get some progress done. So let's see. There's still a construction yard we need to investigate on Giant Steep. And there's still stuff on Brittle Hollow. We kind of in a blooper, of all things, we accidentally teleported from Ash Twin to a part of Brittle Hollow that we weren't able to access. Kind of the inverse of the surface. But regardless. Also, I was having some weird internet issues the last couple days. I was trying to stream. Okay, that thing just flew by quick. Is that... Oh, that's like actually a thing, huh? Let's see. Oh, shoot. Maybe if I didn't wreck the ship in the first couple seconds. Oh, I've forgotten all the buttons. Oh, hi, Quantum Moon. There we go. Engage autopilot. But regardless, hopefully streaming, or at least recording when I'm not able to stream, hopefully that will pick up in the next, in the coming weeks. Because I really do enjoy it, but life obligations kind of have to come first, and, oh, on top of other things, my VTuber model just kind of broke. I don't know if it's a issue with VTube Studio or with the model or the rigging or whatever. New alternatives are being explored. But that's just kind of a for those that want to be in the know about what's going on. So Let's see. I don't recognize this place, so this might be the construction yard we were reading about. That is one issue with playing this game over the span of, like, half a year, if not more, is I'll come back and completely forget probably important stuff. But, no, this actually looks like it might be where we want to go. This is it. We've finished building the final orbital probe cannon module and are ready to send it into orbit around Giant Steep for assembly. Our next step will be to send Privet up to the orbital cannon to install the probe tracking system. To all my friends here at the construction yard, my gratitude for your tireless work. I had given up hope, but I truly believe this cannon may actually succeed where many other attempts have not. If I know my brother Evans and his spouse will want to launch the probe with as much power as possible, I'm worried the cannon would break under the strain. I propose we give Evans and Malo a slightly lower maximum power setting than the absolute maximum possible to create room for their enthusiasm. Are you going gelatinous, honest love? I'm delighted by your words, but they're atypical for you. If I'm ever half as good as Malo and Evans behave together, Daz, you may launch me from the orbital cannon. Alright, so this is where they constructed the orbital cannon. Oh. Okay. Oh, shoot. Oh. Uh-oh. This is... I was just thinking that it would be really, really bad if this exact thing happened. Okay, that wasn't nearly as bad as I thought it was going to be. Let's see. Whoa. "5 minutes, 3 seconds ago, orbital probe successfully launched from the orbital probe cannon." Oh, that is cool. It's tracked in real time. I have bad news, Evans. Yarrow says there was a problem with the proposed power source, so the orbital probe cannon won't be asked to fire. I hope you're pulling my locomotive limb here, Cassava. I wish I were, my friend, but no. They aren't certain they can fix the problem, so the orbital cannon is on indefinite hiatus. Tell Privet and Malo they should return from the cannon. My spouse and I will return at the construction yard for now. An update. Malo and I will join you in Daz. Privet left to visit her brother. She fears Adia may feel responsible. Okay. So this is for the control module. Which I believe we've seen this. Yes. What else? Some stuff over here. Brittle Hollow projection stone. Ooh, okay. Anything else? Nope, not really. Ooh. Kinda got a weird stutter there. Ow. Make sure my... Okay. OBS is still recording good. Ooh, this is new. Huh. Oh, okay, so you know what? There is some kind of structure or like glass dome thing in whatchamacallit, in Brittle Hollow that I don't think I've ever been able to get up inside of. So that's probably what that was. Interesting. Okay, I think that's just about everything we can find here. Let's check our log on the ship and see what we found, what it's updated with. This island is where the Nomai built the orbital probe cannon. For some reason, the Nomai put the orbital probe cannon on a definite hiatus. The cannon was not asked to fire. According to a Nomai computer, a long-range probe was recently launched from it. There's more to explore here. Okay. Let's see. Ooh. Oh, that was trippy. There's more to discover here. But where? Oh. Ow. Ow. I don't remember how to rewire myself, and my ship is being rather rudely ejected. See, with these being like floating islands, I immediately wonder if there's anything like meant to be on the underside. Because there was, oh, okay. I thought it was getting swept away. There was one area that, like, we could only get to it underwater by, like, diving down then back up. Interesting. Well. See what else we can find. Alright, let's try this again. Let's review our notes and see what we found. Ow, oh, well, shit. But we know where that tower is now. I suspected it was somewhere on Brittle Hollow because it always falls out of that, black hole. Okay. So if... Oh, this door's broken. Interesting. Some times have passed since checked with you, Pi. How are you progressing with the Sun Station plans? Presently, my assessment is that our plan will either fail explosively or succeed explosively. Pi, you know I don't find that funny. Raimi thinks I'm a gas. I don't recall requesting you to monitor this conversation, Adia. I don't see what state of matter you are has to do with this, and I don't recall supporting the Sun Station construction, but here we are. Hypothesis: time spent away from the station would be beneficial for you both. I am immensely interested in testing your hypothesis, Yarrow. That, at least, we can agree on. I don't... The Sun Station sounds really annoying. There's an obnoxious amount of cacti growing in there. Ooh, there is a room in there to teleport. But how does one get in there? Door broke. Oh, is there lower floors? Oh shit. Shit. I think that's totally doable. Well, that was easy. Excuse me. Okay. Now, where do you lead? Oh, shit. We're on the Sun Station. Okay. Well, let's not waste this opportunity. I'll be honest. I was dreading a point where the game forces us. 281,042 years ago. No user commands received for 10 minutes. All systems entering sleep mode. 6 minutes 49 seconds. Increased solar activity detected. Sun station hull integrity approaching critical levels. Closing emergency doors. Warning, opens emergency doors. Oh. I see. Oh, we can make it. Oh, shit. That was sketchy there for a second. Mission. Science compels us to explode the sun. Can't we change this? I don't enjoy working in view of such a morbid mission statement. But it's accurate. We're going to create a supernova for the purpose of scientific progress. That's our mission. What? Our mission is to decide if such a irresponsible feat is even possible. Here's a mission, better one. Determine if it's possible to prompt the sun to explode. You lack a sense of humor. At least I don't lack a sense of ethics. Kindly refrain from going supernova on me before the sun does. So y'all did this shit on purpose. Thanks. Statue. Okay. Nothing really up there. It's right down here. Stars reach end of natural life cycle. Now approaching red giant stage. Warning, evacuate sun station. Approximate time until sun station is destroyed by expanding star. 2 minutes 54 seconds. Approximate time 14:21 until the star's death. Okay, we have 3 minutes. What happened? Did the sun station not fire? It fired, Yarrow, but it failed. The sun barely responded. There was an infinitesimally small surface level change, but they were barely visible even to the third eye. The sun station is useless. It will never ever, could never cause the sun to explode. I don't know what comes next, my friend. I suppose we must start over, but I'm sure how to start over. Return to Ash Twin first, my friend. Perhaps a change of task would help. Spire noticed a comet approaching the star system we'd like to investigate. Pi, I hurt for you, my friends. We all know how hard you worked. I can only offer my compassion. How are you? How's Adia? We're well, Yarrow, or as well as can be expected given the circumstances, though disappointed. I may have disagreed with exploding the sun, but I never wished the device would fail. I'd hope our terrible work was finished. Okay. Oh shit. I need to... Okay. Yes, I've seen this before, but where is this? The masks. That's the Eye of the Universe symbol, isn't it? And something else. Oh shit, I didn't even know you could do that. That's a nice little way to advance time, I guess. Alright, check our notes. Alright, looks like we finished this. Ooh. The Sun Station was designed to make the sun go supernova. The Nomai fired the Sun Station, but it had no effect on the Sun. They concluded that the Sun Station could never cause the star to go supernova. After the failure of the Sun Station, the Nomai took a break to investigate the newly arrived comet. According to a Nomai computer, our Sun has reached the end of its natural life cycle. So it worked, but they thought it didn't. Okay, there we go. Quantum signal coming from somewhere on Giant's Deep. Okay, let's give it one more run. Well, shoot, I don't think there's anything left for it to... Is this meant to go to the quantum moon? Just one more run. Okay, actually, so this will be useful. We can skip some time here. That should be good. Yeah, this is pretty nice. Oh, well. Can't have nice things. I was enjoying the music. I have an idea. Nailed it. Alright. I have an idea. So. What if... So we tried just about... So, in that one room, we tried just about every planet. It's definitely not Giant Steep. It's definitely not Brittless Hollow. I literally watched them pass overhead. Excuse me. What if it is... And like, unless it's like the Quantum Moon and we have to do some fucky-wucky shit with it where we have to, like, get it over in that little glass window. That sounds very tedious. The game hasn't made us do anything that, like... Hasn't made us do anything tedious. Even stuff with the Quantum Moon stuff, you really only have to do, like, one extra step. Well, I'm about to lose my ship. Anyway, I think it is coming. Actually, you know what? Ironically enough, the ship being on Ember Twin kind of helps. Okay. Now we want to wait until we're right over. Oh shit. Oh. It's the masks. This is what we see when we die. "15 minutes, 49 seconds ago. Received data from previous cycles. Masks receiving data from probe tracking module Giant's Deep memory statue Timber Hearth's memory statue. 7 seconds until end of cycle transmission." Today, we finished the excavation of Ash Twin. Here, in this space we carved, we will craft our most ambitious project yet, the Ash Twin Project, powerful enough to send information back in time. We also finished relocating all subterranean planets. Plants we met while digging. We'll need to keep an eye on how significantly we've altered the environment here. How far we've come since our experiment at the High Energy Lab. I still can hardly believe Remy's hypothesis was true. Poke just sent the warp core for the final tower to us from the Black Hole Forge. Now Ash Twin can be connected with Giant Steep, where Cassava is working with Avens to craft the orbital probe cannon, and where Folix is sculpting the memory statues. Hypothesis: it was not by accident the core of our warp tower was the last to be forged. Hypothesis: the cores could have been forged faster if Cassava had interrupted my work less frequently to ask for updates. The important part is we are all connected through Ash Twin now, and also that I'm no longer needed for mediating your disagreements. Our friends on Giant Steep tested the orbital probe cannon today. Mallow tells me the cannon is doing well, and Avens advocates for more launch power. If anyone can coax the maximum power from a device, Avens can. But then, if anyone can goad a device into exploding, that too is likely Avens. Perhaps I should check in with the orbital cannon crew in interest of safety. Would it help to remind Avens that Mallow, his love, will be one of the Nomai aboard the cannon, or is Mallow part of the problem? Fox and Days finished the memory statues today, and they were truly remarkable. When the Ashwind project succeeds, or in the event it fails, the memory statues will activate, allowing us to gather more data before we shut down the project. Pi and Adia have worked hard on the Sun Station and his at last complete. If everything goes as planned, the structure will prompt the Sun's explosion, which will in turn supply the power the Ashwind project requires. I'm impressed by this mental fortitude. This was the project's most difficult task in more ways than one. The sun-going supernova is what powers the Ashwind project. We're nearly ready to activate the Ashwind project. Here's what will happen. First, the Sun Station will receive the order to fire at the Sun, prompting it to explode. Using the energy, the resulting supernova, the Ashwind project will send the order for the orbital cannon to fire back in time by 22 minutes. Exactly 22 minutes after these orders are received, the Sun Station will again trigger the supernova to send the probe data from this cannon launch back in time. In total, each cycle created by the Ashwind project will last precisely 22 minutes. We can end the cycle at will. These words are difficult to write. The Sun Station did not work. Suppose we redesign the Sun Station to generate power of this magnitude, a supernova is still our only viable option. This is easier expressed than accomplished. You can wait for the sun to explode on its natural timeline if you prefer, Adia, but you'll need some time to halt our aging process. I believe we can still find a way to create a supernova, my friend. Don't lose hope. However, this is the closest we've ever been. The Ashwind project is theoretically sound. We were only unable to power it. Perhaps there is another way. We are halting our research into creating a supernova for the time being. A comet has newly arrived in the solar system, and we're anxious to explore it. It's been a very long time since we last explored something new, so we're excited to welcome this comet. Imagine it when knowledge might be gained. Okay, I actually need to pause and think here. Did the arrival of the interloper, or of the comet, since it contains ghost matter, and it seems to be the source of ghost matter, did that cause the supernova where the Sun Station failed, I wonder? I translated the masks inside the Ashwind project, Folix. They look beautiful, although I do feel as though I'm being observed. It's comforting to know the statues will not pair until the project succeeds, otherwise I imagine the experience would be hard to endure. Ideally, they'll only need to activate once the project succeeds. As a safety measure, however, the statues will also activate in the event the equipment fails. They will. Why is that? If anything goes wrong with the Ashwind projects, the statues and their masks will make us aware of the situation and enable us to fix it. Otherwise, it would be possible for us to remain permanently unaware of the problem. I hadn't thought about that. What a profoundly horrific fate that would be. My gratitude for the latest shipment, Aneo. This ore should be the last we'll need for the Ashwind project. Once we've finished the shell that seals off the central chamber, we'll check to ensure there are no physical entrants. Remy and I will be checking the interior and the exterior for cracks, our final safety check. This is exciting news. Can I offer an extra set of eyes for the final check, specifically mine? If my work here is complete, I'd be delighted to help. We'd be grateful if you would. The more eyes, the better, as the smallest flaw on opening that protects the Ashwind project could lead to disaster. I have good news, Yarrow. The advanced warp core is ready to be installed in the central chamber of Ash Twin. I'm intrigued, loved. Artificial gravity control. Oh shit. Oh shit. That's a warp core. That's what we found in the vessel, but broken. Oh, I don't like it. It got very eerie. Can I put it back? Okay, yeah, okay. So this is the Ash Twin project. Oh shit. Oh no, no, we're running out of time. Shit. Where's the giant steep? I want to see what this shows. This shows us where... Oh, up. Down. Come on. Okay, I thought that was the sun getting ready to blow up. I thought we were going to run out of time here. Okay, no, these rooms just show us the reverse of what we've already seen. Ooh, this is... Okay. Removing the core will disable the Ash Twin project. Okay, well, we don't want it shut down, I don't think, because I think once it shuts, if we shut it down, we run out of, like, the loop's ends. But okay. What's the fastest way to... Okay. I don't know if I can get back to my ship. I want to try. But it's this tower. The one with the broken one, we have to have Ember Twin above us out. Oh shit, you know what? I might not. I don't think I can get to Ember Twin now. I don't know if I can get enough lift to get off the planet. Yeah, the suction's gone. Oh, well. We're about to find out. Oh, that wasn't nearly as bad as I thought. Bang my knees super hard. Okay, that was crazy. I feel like we're 2/3 of the way to the puzzle. Or I think we have two. I feel like we have two of the three pieces. I genuinely think we have two of the three big pieces we need. Because we know how to get to the vessel. We know where to get a warp core, an intact one. And we know what we need is to know the code to put into the vessel. And I would wager that it's the data from the probe. And the probe data is, I think, stuck in the core of Giant's Deep. I don't know how to get to it. But there was one of those projection rooms where we could see the module, the room, that the control, or that the data, I think, was being stored in and it was like that staticky effect thing. It looked like it was underwater. That we see is the staticky lightning stuff that we see at the core of Giant's Deep. Wow. Okay, yeah. Just the Ash Twin project is done. A hollowed-out chamber inside Ash Twin. The energy cables from the surface are plugged into a protective casing at the center of the planet. There are 8 monoliths with Nomai masts attached. 3 of the masts are actively receiving data from the probe tracking module, Giant's Deep, and Timberhearth, respectively. The Ash Twin project was designed to use the energy from a supernova triggered by the Sun Station to send probe data from the orbital probe cannon 22 minutes into the pass. The Sun Station did not work. Although the Ash Twin project was theoretically sound, the Nomai were unable to power it. There's an advanced warp core inside the protective casing at the center of the planet. Removing the core will disable the Ash Twin project. Okay. I think I'm going to wrap it here. I was really worried that we weren't going to have anything really happen this episode. But oh boy. It it proved me wrong. Regardless, thank you so much for watching, especially if you made it all the way to the end. I really appreciate it. Be sure to like, comment, subscribe. Hit that bell notification thing there if you want notified when these videos will go out. Unfortunately, uploads have been very infrequent. I will try to do better on that. But without further ado, thank you so much, and I will talk to you all later. Bye.